She looks up at Arctur, who's now climbing down, and the mage is, and the warrior is still like at the very top, and she kind of flags you down to hurry up a little bit.
All right, then I slide down the rest of the way.
Awesome. The mage and
Oh
the
my
warrior
god.
like roll their eyes and they grumble as you've been slowing them down. She looks towards you. It seems that your friends are going to be fighting near the northern gate.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
She nods. Um, looks up. Under her breath, she like mumbles, "Oh, fucking mage, are you kidding me?" As you see, like the mage kind of like struggling to go down the ladder, and as he gets down to the bottom, he's like out of breath already, uh, from his like figure, and the man in plate mail follows shortly after.
I
um,
have to tug. The other guy has to push.
yeah. Um, cool. You guys begin walking down the sewers. Um, I'm gonna finish this one up before we jump to Korik, or Kaldir and Titus. Um, you guys begin walking down, and you walk for about 15 minutes in the sewers. And the mage at this point he like exclaims, "What are we doing here, Ether? Why are we in the sewers? What's here to find? There's no resistance living in the sewers." To which she turns around and gives her like a bright smile and says, "You'll wait and see." A few minutes later, she begins kind of like tapping the walls, and you see her ears kind of like twitch every now and again, and she continues tapping the walls as she proceeds forth. The mage and the warrior at this point are getting quite irritated. Um, and impatient, but a few minutes of this, and you guys even hear like a difference when she taps, as if what is behind this wall is hollow. And she turns towards one of you guys and says, "You mind giving this wall a strike?"
We're in a head fog. Here's the big guy.
She just wants me to punch the wall down?
You can punch it, or you can use a sword. Uh,
Oh, they gave me some sort of weapon, right? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I just punched the wall down.
Alright. Give me a strength real fast. Let's see.
Looks down at his sword. Nah, I'll punch it.
Can I activate a rage power?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Roll plus con then.
Oh.
It's the same roll.
Yeah, so plus 3. 2d6 plus 3.
Accidentally launched a video game.
How did this happen?
It's right next to my on the taskbar. It's right next to the thing I tried to click on. You can smash inanimate objects with nearly superhuman strength.
Yep. Yeah, so go ahead and roll me a con to see if you can get the hold. Nice. So you get 3 holds on top, or on top of that one, but you take your fist and you punch it, and as you punch into the wall, your fist does not get damaged at all, and the wall kind of like bursts as if getting hit by a sledgehammer. The mage and the other man, they both kind of like take a step back and take a quick look at each other, and then look at you like in surprise, and they both kind of mouth, "What the fuck?" Um, as you do this, and Vera kind of like peers in, and she looks up at you and smiles and thank you. Um, you punched a hole in there, and there is now another hallway that is leading, uh, and what you see is a stairs that is heading down.
You know what? I think I have to have been worked into a violent howling frenzy though to use those. So that's kind of out of context, but whatever. It's cool.
No, it's fine. I do play with some of the rules a little bit. So, like, I mean, assuming that you've been doing this all your life, you've have some sort of control over it, and when you actually lose control is like on a 7 to 9, like a partial or a 6 minus. That is when you kind of lose control, and I give you drawbacks. But on a 10 plus, you can kind of keep your cool, and you're empowered by this inner rage that you have learned over the years to meld.
And then there's like a penalty. What happens when the blood when it ends? Didn't it? I mean, nothing really. The only
Is
risk is rolling poorly at the beginning, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you gain a debility at the end of your rage, but that doesn't matter for you because you have that the move, you ignore the effect of your debilities.
Yeah.
You have to rest before you rage again. Since you didn't do very much with this one, it was like a very quick kind of like power and you punch. Uh, I won't say that you have to like rest for a couple of minutes. You're absolutely fine. Um, I think those points are basically just giving me ideas for drawbacks, but it's
Okay.
fine. Don't worry too much about it. There's not going to be because this is like an integral part of your class. I'm not going to make every single time that you use this ability something that fucks everyone over, or else you'll never use the ability again, and that's kind of dumb. Um, Either way. Yeah, wait till fucking roll 20 fucks with everyone. It's happened.
Especially in
Um,
Dark's campaign so far, man. Fuck
Yeah,
that
don't
shit.
join one of my games. Don't do it.
I've gained, I think, 5 levels in 4 sessions because I always roll 6 minus on everything. Anyways, um, you guys go through and she begins descending the stairs. She looks back and she says, "Mage, you might want to cast a light spell. There's not much light down here." And she gives him a smile. The mage grumbles, says a couple of words, and this kind of orange light appears above his head that slowly floats down to his hand, and he is now holding what looks to be like an orb of orange light. He looks at the other man nervously and begins proceeding down into the hallway. Um, as you guys are descending, the mage looks towards Vera and begins questioning her quite a little bit, saying, "What are we doing down here? How did you know this passageway was here? How did you get your information? No one else knew this. There's not even architects have put this in their plans. We've had people down here constantly, and no one has found this." And he just bombards her with questions, but she kind of just ignores him completely. And with every question that she ignores, he becomes more and more angry. He grabs you two aside as she continues down the stairs, and he says, "Well, what do you guys know about this? So why is she here? She hasn't even told us. And now we're descending some fucking stairs into the sewers that no one knew about?"
She's talking to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, just not.
I don't say anything. Just ignore him.
What? Is this a little out of your pay grade or something? When was the last time you took orders?
He
You know
grumbles.
as much as as much as we do, dude. What, do you want us to take her out now or something?
He's quiet. Uh, I know that she pulled both of you aside and spoke with you privately, while she simply informed us of the minimal amount. From what I can see, you guys know more than us, so as your superiors, I demand that you tell us what is going on.
We're going down here to kill some people.
Who lives here?
They're fucking people we don't know about.
I just walk past him, like I completely ignore him. Like I walk completely out of the range of conversation.
He kind of throws his hands up in the air and looks after you and says, "There will be consequences for your insolence, Fog." And then he like pushes past you as well, Arctur. His face is now a tomato color.
I follow like really closely behind him.
You guys get down after a few minutes of walking. You hear dripping from the background, far, far away from where the sewers are, but this area itself is definitely quiet. And you enter into like this very dark, large room. The light from the mage's hands is casting an eerie glow around the columns that litter this room. The shadows playing on the walls. At the very end of this room, though, there is a fairly large gate. The gate stands about 10 feet tall, and it has what looks to be the insignia of the Sand-Elf people, the pyramid with the snake that is coiled around it, and it has two large handles. She approaches it and studies it for a moment. It looks back towards Arctur and Fog, and she says, "If you guys will." And she points to the handles on the door.
I grab one of the handles,
she-
or both of them, I
She,
guess.
she looks at you before you approach, Fog. She says, "Don't break this door down. Just pull the."
Yeah,
She smiles.
I'll just pull it open.
Thank you. Um, you
So
pull it
it's-
open.
Oh, it's easy to pull open.
You pull it, and there's definitely some tension as you pull. These doors probably weren't moved for a long time. There is dust pretty much everywhere, and this is broken by the footsteps that you uh, as you guys get down there. And the only like resemblance of any other people even being here are from the set of footprints that you guys have now marked in the dust. You guys pull it, and the door creaks and it scrapes against the ground. Uh, and you guys open it very slowly, pulling this massively heavy door open. And the sound echoes throughout the entire room and up the stairs, and it echoes back down. Um, the mage looks around and he begins studying like the pillars and the columns, and he seems to be like at a loss for words at this point. And the officer that is with him is he's out of his depth completely. He expected to maybe kill one or two like bandits today, but where you guys are currently kind of scares him. The door opens, and up ahead there is kind of like this altar that is elevated with a couple of steps, and on it is like a sarcophagus. Um, it has a heavy lid on it, and it's in the very middle of the room. And on the outside edges, it's basically just inscriptions and some runes and other detailings on the wall that when you guys approach, it doesn't really make too much sense. This room specifically, though, doesn't have any dust in it. And from somewhere in the room, you feel like some wind coming, and that's most likely why. And it's pushing outwards towards the door. This is evident because as you guys opened it, the dust that is near the door entrance from the original hall, it starts getting blown back a little bit. Soya's giggling. It's making me uncomfortable. Um, he fucking turns off his webcam. She turns back and says, huh, "If you guys will give me a moment, shouldn't take too long." And the mage at this point, he kind of like steps forth and he says, "This place was built before the kingdom was here. This place has runes and inscriptions from thousands of years ago. How do you know about this place?" Which she ignores him again, and she smiles. And as she's walking into the next altar room, she kind of just says, "It's my job to know." Okay. We're gonna jump over to